Alright, greetings and salutations. My name is Comic Fire, and welcome back for more Drakengard 3. In the last episode, we defeated 5 and got Dido, the Disciple, and got Spears. Now, Spears are really powerful but really slow, and I upgraded this to level 2, and I'll tell you why in a bit. And here's Dido, the first of the Disciples we can get. Yeah, there are more, but we don't have to worry about them yet. Now, Disciples are really just around for little bits of flavor.
After defeating
Audio.
5 in the Land of Seas, Zero took Dido, her sister's disciple, and made for her next destination.
Where'd she be?
The Land of Mountains.
Ah.
Home to an impenetrable alpine citadel, governed by the chaste intoner known as Four.
Oh, she's chased, alright, because we're chasing her. She's chased. Ah!
Fear not, for you do not fight alone. Your dragon's protection must be a welcome thing indeed. You should thank him.
I'm dreaming again.
We all
Not
tend
every
to.
dragon is like you, Michael. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they can't have all deep, cool voices.
The mountain breeze feels good, doesn't it? Beats all that
Never been on a
sticky
mountain.
saltwater air clinging to your skin. Or the sticky, sweaty touch of Lady 5. God, I think I'm gonna gag.
Hey, you shouldn't talk like that. You're her disciple. A disciple's
Not anymore, he's
supposed
not.
to be nice to his intoner.
Like I give a good goddamn. Old Blubberbags went and kicked the bucket, remember? She doesn't mean squat to me anymore. You saw it yourself.
Remember that
didn't
for
you?
later,
The way
viewers.
My blade split those ridiculous fun bags clean in two. It was like fine art. What a way to go, huh? I should have been a butcher.
And yet for all that talk, you're not strong. That's all.
Hey,
Then again, none of the
Zero,
Disciples are.
do we really have to go kill Four?
Not this again.
It's just, I felt really bad for 5, you know? She was crying. She was crying a lot, and you killed her anyway.
She was
You
more
know
like
that was
yelling.
just an act, right?
Yeah, trust me. If there's one thing 5 was good at, it was faking.
I don't like it. I still think you should stop killing your sister.
Uh-huh.
Family is family. You're supposed to get along.
Of course, I don't have siblings, so I don't know exactly how Zero feels.
All right, let's pretend for a second. Imagine there's a big pile of raw meat here, okay?
Ooh, yummy.
Now, if you
Ew, it's gonna be
divided that meat
grody,
among
filled
all
with
the
fly
dragons in the
eggs
world,
and
you'd
dirt.
only get a little bit.
That's right. Just one teeny tiny bite.
But you'd rather have it all to yourself, right?
Oh yeah. I want the whole big pile.
Well, I want to kill my sisters so I can have the world to myself. Make sense?
No, I don't get it.
Mikhail,
Never
you
mind.
dumbass.
Come
It
on,
doesn't
let's
get any
go.
clearer
I've
than
got a
that.
sister to murder.
Okay.
Alright, I'll help you with the murder. God bless you, Mikhail. You're too innocent. Too pure. Too good for Zero. Well, I had this burn on my finger that I thought was going to be a scar, but it turns out it was just a blister. And now my finger hurts. Again. Anyway, here's our first experience with spears. First experience. Anyway. Spears are pretty much the only way to get through shielded enemies reliably. And if you can get through one shielded enemy, the rest of the shielded enemies will drop their spear.
How the hell should I know where bullets hold?
Now, spears are wicked slow, so using the dash, hit, dash, hit, dash, hit method is probably the best way you're going to be dealing damage against crowds.
All of a sudden, my legs feel 10 pounds heavier.
Want me to chop them off for you?
When you upgrade to level 2, after you attack and start mashing triangle, you get this over and over like spear thrust thing,
Someone's confident.
which isn't too useful now because of our pitiful amounts of stamina, but later in the game, because the strongest weapon in the game is, again, a spear, much like it was in Nier. But, nothing matches its damage output. You're kind of wide open during it, but even one of the bulkiest enemies in the game will probably only take 2 stamina bars to kill. So, hell yeah. And your disciple will follow you, but, he's kind of like a Nier. Again, I bring up Nier a lot, but
Hey,
they're really just there for chip damage, and unlike Emil, they're not there for healing either.
Get in your way down there. And besides, this way I can scout out what's ahead.
huh.
That's thinking ahead.
Well, have fun being our decoy.
Yay, decoys!
Zero, check it out. Watch me go.
Yeah, stand totally still.
I'm gonna try double hard and show these guys just what I'm made of.
God, he's a handful.
He's adorable.
Babysitting him?
Of course. And now I've got 2 brats to babysit.
Whatever, Grandma.
You want to die?
Yeah, that was pretty ballsy, Adito.
4, making me come all the way out.
Zero doesn't need Dito, it's clearly the other way around. And this is when I realized I passed the chest.
Secret wild paradise.
And then I wanted to ensure that I had passed it. There are 2 ways you can go at the bottom of this little mountain hike here, and going to the right is the way you're going to want to go.
Kinda creeps me out. Don't want to see it on me. Don't want to see it on my partner.
Less bitching, more climbing.
Dito voiced the Japanese look for shonen protagonists,
How much further is it?
except for JoJo and Goku.
I'm sure it beats spending another night with 5.
You have no
Or
idea.
Square Enix's
That
philosophies in
mental freak
general.
was always making me try some new food she'd heard about.
What's the key?
You don't need to know.
Oh, thank God, Zero was thinking farther ahead than I was. I don't know, when did the whole pretty boy thing start with Final Fantasy's protagonists? I'm gonna say it was Cecil. And even then, that was more in the remake, because he was just kind of buff in the original from what I remember, but it's a Super Nintendo game. It's hard to tell. Now, the Spear Charge, again, eats up so much stamina, but later in the game, when you have a lot more stamina, it's a decent way to get around and hit a lot of enemies at once, but it's kind of imprecise, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you'll hit an enemy with it, and then instead of, like, if the enemy's not moving, like, you won't just stand still and keep running into the enemy, you'll, like, slip past them. But then if you're locked onto them, you're also...
Hang on, Zero. I'll help. Hurry up.
If you're locked onto them, you'll, like, keep trying to circle around them, and you'll run out of stamina.
No offense, but
By that point, you're screwed.
I'm gonna get it from Zero.
Also, if you get hit in the middle of a stab rush thing,
Surprisingly, yeah.
don't just mash triangle to get back into the stab rush, because you're going to start charging and it's going to suck up a little time. And time's not much of an issue until you get to the extra missions, which I'm not going to cover quite yet. I'm going to cover them all towards the end of the game, when I'm strong enough to be able to do them quickly and reliably, and be able to show you some of the tactics that I use during it.
It doesn't matter how hard we fight.
And there's, as you know, there's a trophy for finishing them all. And I will say, finishing them all was the very last trophy I got.
Break 'em down. It's crazy how
As
much
for how
effort
difficult
Flo's
it
been
may be.
securing this place.
That's an intoner for you. Accessing to the point of obsession. Well, present company accepted.
Sometimes the spear rush works,
I've
but
heard obsess over killing you know.
Me? That was the enemy speaking. Go get him, Tiger.
sometimes it works, but I find, especially against bulkier enemies, it does not work. Though the whole stab rush is part of the reason I love the spear in general, because it makes mincemeat of a lot of them. Not quite this early in the game. We need stronger spears and more stamina, as I've said multiple times. But it's nice. Certainly better than taking a sword to them or using chip damage with toner mode.
The demon intoner is here.
Because toner mode really is just useful for the
How wicked
invincibility.
those guys are.
That's because Zero's with us. She did everything.
Watch out. There's more.
Don't know when to quit, huh? Well, there's certainly someone.
I don't think this is how a spear is supposed to be used. She's using it more like a hammer. Then again, I miss just the utter... Like, remember when two-handed swords were the heavy weapons in Nier? And now it's spears. When spears were pretty much the combo kings. And again, I like the change. Otherwise, I'd just be over-reliant on spears. Though, later in the game, I will become very over-reliant on spears. Ha.
Get over.
Cerberus,
This
huh?
is where the spear rush
Plan,
becomes
Bob.
most
The
useful.
plan. I was thinking we'd kill it.
Shocker.
Zero, this is tough. A real tough one.
I know. Stop repeating everything.
And at the end of a spear rush, you're going to do one super powerful forward thrust, but it's not the best thing in the world.
As long as you don't hit me with
The super thrust at the end is definitely not the reason you're going through with the spear thrust combo.
I almost feel bad for the guy.
So we just took your two brothers away, pal, but you still look wonderful. You're a beautiful shade of purple. Purple's my favorite color, actually.
Boy, that was one tough pup, huh? I was nervous the whole time.
why. It's not like I was going to lose. And don't call it a pup.
What's the issue with that, Zero? Don't be so mean to Mikhail.
Bring it on, demon!
Yeah, it took a little more damage. Well, I actually thought I took way more damage there than I ended up
I
taking.
don't know. This is such a disaster. Is Lady
So,
Four decadent?
once things calm down, maybe you and me could have some fun. I mean, you are a lot more attractive than old blubberbags, after all.
Point well taken.
I feel like it.
So what's four like, anyway?
She's a virgin.
Nice.
Is that it, or...?
She's a virgin in tone. Think about it.
Yeah, well, you almost have a real stick up her ass.
Well, clearly not, because she's a virgin.
I mean, what kind of idiot disciple would serve a virgin in toner?
Got me. Probably some depraved pervert.
I can imagine.
Her footsteps.
Hey, Dragon, you and Zero ever sleep together?
She says it stinks. Plus, I might roll over.
Man, that's rich. Well, tell you what, you just stay away from us tonight, alright? I'll take care of Zeke.
Hey, try not to crush her.
If anyone's gonna get crushed, I hope it's me.
Mikhail reminds me so much of, like, one of my young cousins. Like, just, like, the inflection of his voice sounds a lot like her. And then, like, the whole innocence of that try not to crush her line.
This fucker
I don't
won't
know.
give up.
It kind of makes Mikhail feel a little more real for me.
The hell is up with this mutt?
Some dogs just don't know when to give up.
Look, well, if you had 3 heads and someone just cut off 2 of them, you'd be upset too.
Cerberus, idiot.
Yeah, idiot, pay attention.
Get that Get that slobber! Hold on!
He's trying so hard.
Fighting to stay alive. Nothing worse than some stupid chump who doesn't know how ugly he is. I'll put you back.
Is that your
on
thing,
the
Dino?
wall.
You gonna be one of those beauteous power suckers? Like Flea from Chrono Trigger? Or that one Maverick from Mega Man 04? I think he was a Pegasus. Horse dudes freak me out. Horses in general kind of freak me out, I'm not gonna lie. It's a weird thing to be scared of, but I'll be a little quiet for this.
Zero, are you okay?
Holy shit. So, that's how an intoner regenerates?
This can't end until all of them are dead. It can't end.
Zero.
Mission complete! I gotta say, like, at the very end there, the blood on her legs is probably the best looking blood I've seen in a video game. Then again, I don't have much experience with blood in video games. because mostly I play RPGs. They obviously don't look amazing on the 3DS, PS2, or PSP. And the only game I really experienced it with on the PS3 was Modern Warfare 2, and obviously not hyper-realistic Blood. That was the best looking Blood I've seen. Thunderlord isn't really worth it yet. There's going to be a point where we need to buy or not all the weapons are bought, but there's going to be a point where you need every single weapon in the game, because Yoko Taro is an insane man. But that point is not yet. The ceremonial blade's just a slight weaker than the bigger sword we have, but it's smaller and it hits faster. Though they kill roughly the same. I kind of wish I didn't change, actually.
So, that left arm of yours is fake, right, Zero?
Yep.
So how do you move it around then?
There's a parasite that attaches it to my body.
What?
You just
Not a
find that
machine
laying
or
around?
anything?
Some other time.
I didn't mean to skip that too. I like the way he says freaky there.
I wanna see.
Knock it off.
It's like freaky.
You know, this sister of yours is more trouble than she's worth.
This is one of my favorite tracks in the
That trick
game.
you did earlier was really neat, but why don't you make a new arm instead of using that fake?
I have my reasons. Grown-up reasons.
Man, grown-ups.
How do you just make a new arm, Mikhail?
Yep. Now shut up.
Considering Zero's reaction to that line, I feel like it might have just been a weird case of localization. Because from what I understand, this game got hit decently hard by localization issues. Like Dito's little spiel at the end of the last episode where he kills
All
5.
we wound up finding in that region
It's
was
mostly
a
him just
lousy
saying,
mix.
Kono, 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 over and over again. Instead of, you stupid, slutty, sex-crazed bitch, or those things.
Really?
Hey, yeah, I've heard something about that. They say the shrine in the land of mountains is spread out like a plaza.
So,
Cool,
what?
I love plazas.
North then? Alright, let's go.
Then again, I can't really think of any really cool plazas I've experienced as of late. Is a plaza something that you experience? Tell me what, viewers. Have you experienced a really cool plaza lately? Let me know. I'm interested.
The enemy's counterattack grew increasingly desperate,
Did it? We just started.
and the shrine where 4 was said to be hiding out was itself hidden within a massive defensive facility.
Well, I would hope so. You wouldn't just want to leave the ruler of your lands and the only reason you survived just lying out in the open.
I would assume that's 4's hideout.
Damn. Look at the size of that place. Your sis must be real scared of dying.
Most people are.
Dragon.
Though clearly not these
Let's
soldiers,
see
because
your
they just
burn.
ran right into it.
They'll all catch on fire.
That's the idea.
That was 0. Yeah, I kind of noticed. Well, when I first played this game, I thought the small, medium, and large sizes of the weapons were gonna be their weapon based, like their speeds. Therefore, small would be the best because hey, it hits the fastest. But then I got one weapon later where I got a large one, and it was going really quickly, but it was just weaker. But as a result, I tried to stick with smaller, medium weapons, and I didn't use large weapons until really late into the game.
You hear that? Listen to them. Those poor fools are burning out. Smell them. Screams. Man, I'm gonna sleep great tonight.
You're pretty fucked up, aren't you?
You really know how to compliment a fella.
I wonder how people get to that point.
It's 0.
Like to the point where they actively enjoy murder
Someone's an
and
easy
death and
leader.
suffering. I guess everyone's got to have a
Done.
fetish.
Why don't you go show him who's boss?
How can we possibly
Shut up and
stand
take out
against
those
Daytona?
cannons.
They were so beautiful, those synchronized dancers.
Right. I got it.
And stop repeating yourself.
Nice.
Load the next volley. My hands are shaking. Someone fill in.
The spear rush is decent for actually taking out crowds, but you gotta be totally sure that your spear is facing every enemy, because if someone flanks you on the side, you're going to get hit and it's gonna ruin your spear combo. And archers are still totally defenseless.
The cannon's still shooting.
Relax.
I do like the idea of ranged fighters being a bit more susceptible to damage. After all, it's fair. Like ranged weaponry was weak to melee weaponry in RuneScape. Or in Monster Hunter, if you use a ranged weapon, if
no more
a Cantor's toenail taps you, you're dead.
Sorry, what was that?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Better.
God. You're too adorable. You're too pure, Mikhail.
Go on, fire! Fire now! We just be wasting ammo.
You think if Mikhail would ever, like,
Try. I don't need someone who just pissed his pants in fear calling me a coward. Are we striking our targets? Checking now.
Nope. I kind of wish those had subtitles to them, because I miss out a lot of them when I'm in the middle of slamming every enemy to death over the sound of my square button. And then my commentary covers it up too, so I don't know when to talk over it. But like, you think Zero ever tells him to do something and he's like, Mikhail, no? And then Zero like hits him or something, because that's what Zero does. I'm sorry, that was awful. But I know you enjoyed it. You all love lousy puns, don't you, viewers? Of course you would, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Lousy puns are what makes my life happy.
It's Zero. She's here.
Oh boy, it has layers. Yeah, those are actually ogres. I find ogres to be scarier than Gygases, or Gygases, or however you pronounce them, Gigas.
Hold your ground.
I feel like I'm playing Earthbound every time I say their names.
We're gonna die. The demon's quest ends here. She killed us.
But, ogres are really fast and still pretty bulky. I think at this point, Total Spear Rush and Twisted Hunger can take it out as long as every single hit connects. But in groups, they hit so quickly. And they hit really hard, too. I don't like ogres. I try to save my Atoner mode for them whenever possible. I think I got one of my first or second game overs against ogres in this game.
Hey, the gate just opened.
Good. Let's move.
The first one I'll tell you about when we fight them.
Careful, Zero.
If it be for Lady Fool,
Rocks,
I'll blast it
circumcision.
for my own life.
Circumstances. Where'd you learn that word anyway?
I was close, right? Mostly close.
Shut up and help me kill these bastards, would you?
Yeah, you don't want rough circumcisions. The process of a circumcision sounds pretty rough to begin with. Thankfully, I was very young. Didn't really have to deal with the consequences of the head. Or I'm technically living the consequences of it, I didn't have to deal with the pain of it. But that's a debate for a different video. Never one that I'm going to put out. I think that debate is dumb as hell. Now this Gygas here is the reason I upgraded Twisted Hunger to begin with. Because this is actually the second time I had to record this because of... Wow, why did I repeat myself like that? Oh god, I'm becoming Mikhail.
Remember, Zero, you can't confuse recklessness with bravery.
Oh, for the love of... Who taught you that happy bullshit?
I know. Pretty great, huh?
Shut up, idiot. It wasn't a compliment.
But when I had the whole copyright issue thing, I thought I was never going to do this, so I deleted what was going to be episodes 3 and 4. And in that, I didn't upgrade Twisted Hunger at all. And this fight took forever. Now, I don't know what triggers Demon Gygus mode here, or whatever they call it. I think someone just called it like Armorless Gygus. Gigas, I don't know. Someone shoot me a pronunciation for that, would you? But they hit harder and faster, but they spend a lot of their free time on their ass, so I'm not totally scared of them. I also think their defense is lowered, which would be obvious because it lacks armor.
Right. Time to go take down 4.
Yep, she's totally right here. We just have to jump over those obstacles and we are A-okay.
Shit. This barricade's in the way.
We can crawl under it.
Something else, Zero.
Go for it.
Yeah, we could pretty easily crawl under that, or fly on Mikhail. Where'd Dudo go?
You dumbass!
Zero!
And Mikhail died.
Zero! You stabbed me! It's stuck in me, Zero! Get it out! Get it out!
Sit still, damn it, or I'm gonna...
And every bone in her face was broken.
You're mean, Zero!
Mean? You're a fucking idiot. Come on, 4's waiting.
Fine.
That's not my enemy's
Sailing
blood.
right there.
Dido, what are you doing here? How come you didn't get caught in the collapse?
Well, I figured your pal there wasn't smart enough to blow up just the barricade. So I hung back to see what would happen. I mean, duh.
Don't duh me, asshole.
You know, Z, you lack of common sense is kind of cute.
You wanna die?
That's weird. Usually when when you get past shield enemies, they'll all drop their shield because they figure, what's the point?
Damn. Did you see Zero's eye?
Did I? How could I miss it?
That's no intoner. That's a monster.
Aren't we all monsters, really? The real monster is bad parenting. Take the time to be a father today, viewers. Unless that you are not currently a father, in which case, just don't do it unless you're ready. But if you are ready, then I want you to pause the video, go to your child, unless they are an infant who is sleeping. Just pat them. Pat them right on the head. Let them know that they're doing a good job today. In whatever that they're doing.
Must be 4 Citadel there.
Zero, I don't think we can go in the normal way.
What do you mean?
Her song's putting up some kind of invisible barrier.
Zero's movement there was really stilted.
Think she's so goddamn clever, does she?
Why, thank you,
We will make
Mikhail.
our way through here. You fly up and find another route.
You heard her. Make us proud, Dragon.
I will, I promise.
Of course, this is less of an ogre and more of a frog. But that's another issue I have with spears. They're an incredibly linear weapon. Which was the same issue I kind of had with spears in Nier, because really, if you couldn't perfectly angle your attacks, you were kind of in trouble.
Hey, Zero.
Because there wasn't a whole lot of wide range to it.
The sleazy kind.
Please. You mean she's slutty like Clive?
Not quite like that. No. She acts all sugary sweet on the surface. Deep down, she's evil. I mean, you kind of have to be evil to be a virgin in Toner.
Huh? What's a virgin?
Never mind that.
So you really can't go wrong with her?
Really, I can't deal with virgins.
You can't deal with virgins?
No, I can't. Now drop it.
Zero's got a type. I can dig. Apparently you don't have to get past them. Or maybe I got slightly, maybe my spear tip got slightly past them and the game was like, well, she's totally invaded, give up. You sunk. You guys got any good enchilada recipes? I'm always looking for some. Something I can make on a bit of a budget. Don't have a ton of money lying around. Well, the main issue is, like, I'm in college, obviously, as I've said before, and we got this college meal plan sort of thing going on where they kind of comp you meals to a certain extent. Like, there's a limit per week, but I can eat, like, a meal or two a day, and I'll be fine. That doesn't work in the January semester I got going on right now, so I'm taking the slight amount of cash I have and saving it for actually grocery shopping. So if you guys have any cheap, delicious recipes, hit me up, please. Because I've been surviving on eggs.
You must really want it done. Well,
And
far
chili
be it from
dogs.
me to let you down.
Because I made this gigantic pot of chili in advance. And I brought hot dogs from home, and I've been relying on those, and now the chili dogs are running out. Save me, viewers, you're my only hope.
There's more? This never ends. My shoulders are killing me.
I'll give you a massage tonight. Just kill them all.
What's the matter?
The first and second cannon squads are gone.
It's really hard as this.
Just make
We
it
face
happen.
an insane in Toner. Hold
Oh,
nothing
there he
back.
is.
What if she breaks through? If she breaks through, it's all over.
Oh, damn. If you were slightly bigger, that would have looked more threatening.
It's all over.
What happened to the messenger we sent to Lady 4?
The messenger hasn't returned.
Damnation! Our ranks are falling apart.
Be careful firing in here, you idiots! It's hot as hell now.
Fuck! Watch it, you limp-tip piece of lizard!
Hold on a second. Everyone's in panic, huh?
I find censorship to be funnier than actual words on occasion.
This is the best. I love kicking a guy when he's down.
Especially in, like, rapid succession. It's not a joke you can really milk because, like many jokes, it gets old. But as rarely as they drop this joke in the game, I'm very content with it. And dismount. Now, these things I'm picking up aren't worth a ton of money necessarily, but every little bit counts. The only way we can get really good money in the game isn't really feasible until we have the strongest weapon in the game. Which is far away, obviously. When's the earliest you can get it? I'd say probably 75% of the way through the game. And that's certainly not it. Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the area where that request takes place. That's like 2 chapters away. But anyway, I think I'm going to cut the episode here. I'll see you guys next time.